Well, howdy, y'all.
Howdy, howdy.
How's it going? Good morning.
I wish I could do accents. I can't do accents, but hi.
It's a beautiful day on the farm. The cows need milking. The corn needs a shucking. The chicken needs a plucking. And I'm really excited about today. I can't wait to talk about this album, this Cowboy Carter, honey. I got my
Oh,
sweet tea,
oh
and
my
I'm
god.
ready.
Wow, fair play. The dedication already.
I mean, I was going to do the whole episode in accent, but let's face it, I don't want to get cancelled and crucified on this Good Easter Sunday. So we're gonna get right into it. Beyonce has released Cowboy Carter, and we've got some thoughts, guys. We've got a lot to
What
talk about, a
album
lot to unpack.
is this? What number album is this?
This is seven. Wait, Dangerously in Love, B-Day, Sasha Fierce, 4, self-titled, Lemonade, Renaissance, Cowboy Carter 8.
Oh, okay.
It's B8. It's B8. So we're gonna get into it. We're going to get into it. We're not gonna preempt too much.
Mm-mm.
Lakaya, are you ready? A
I'm ready. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
little tip of the hat. Okay. So first of all, let's just talk about before she even released it because she didn't do a surprise drop this time. We got like a countdown. We
Yeah,
got cover art. We knew this was coming. She released 2 singles first. We had Texas Hold'em and 16
16
Carriages.
carriages.
What were your thoughts? Like, I know that we spoke about this before, but that was literally like the day that it came out. So, what are your thoughts now? Like those 2 singles, how were you feeling?
Actually, for most importantly, I was excited because it felt like this is an era. Like it felt like we're actually doing a proper era. We've got singles, then we have an album cover, we have a
Mm,
title, we have the track listings coming out. We know what date it's coming out. It just feels exciting. It's like, oh my gosh,
proper
something to.
rollout.
It's like a rollout. That's the word. It's like something to be excited about. Okay,
Mm,
we know she's not doing visuals, but we still get something to like get excited about.
yeah,
So that was fun, and I think the album cover is gorgeous. I think it's absolutely so beautiful. And I
same.
love like the theme. It seems to be like a theme with the horses. Obviously, we had what was the name of the horse on Renaissance? Renee.
Renee. Renee. We had Renee.
And then this one's Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think like I love the album cover, the 2 songs that she released. Absolutely love them. I think they're great. Obviously, what?
Interestingly, I want to just ask because when we first spoke about it, you said that 16 Carriages was your favorite.
Mhm.
And then I think when we spoke a couple of weeks ago, you said that Texas Hold'em, you've been like rinsing it. So like, where are you now? Do you have a favorite out of the 2 singles?
Out of the two, 16 Carriages is still my favorite. Still my
Same,
favorite.
same.
Texas. We'll. I don't do too much right now, but
Okay.
16 is definitely my favorite out of the two.
Hmm.
But I was just excited. It felt fun, like with the advert that she did for the Super Bowl, and just teasing things and just being fun. And it felt like, yes, this is the rollout, like, and we're gonna get fed. So that was my feelings. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, same. I was just like really excited that we have a whole concept as well. Like there's a whole theme story to really sink your teeth into. When she teased the 2 singles as well, we got like a little bit of visuals, like 10 seconds of something at least.
Yeah,
And so
that's
she was already setting the scene for me. I felt like I was just in down south in the USA, like ready to strap my hat back on, ready to put on my Levi's and just like, yeah, she really created a world. And so I was excited. I really, really was. And obviously, this is an entry into a genre that's like not completely out there for Beyonce, but it is her first like time doing proper country songs, like a country album. And so again, when we talk about errors, guys, because we've had this conversation about catalog criteria, and one of those is like a complete departure, like not even complete, but some kind of separation between the
yeah,
last album and the
separation.
current one. It needs to feel like we're entering a new phase. And I think it's important to
Absolutely.
remember that this is Act 2 of like the Renaissance series. This is like it could have been very samey. And she has made the decision to be like, nope, we're taking a total left turn. We're going 180 degrees. We had a dance album, we're now going to country. There could not be two genres that are more different than each other. So
Mhm.
again, I just want to commend the bravery, the genius of it. Just I don't know any other artists who could do such a massive departure. In my opinion, like I'm trying to think of like another artist that could pull that off and not it, for it not to seem like, whoa, what's going on?
I
So,
mean, you're definitely, this is the thing, like, Khalifa is a huge Beyonce stan, like, a huge Beyonce stan. I
am
love
I?
Beyonce down. I love Beyonce, but I'm definitely not as much of a stan as Khalifa is. So there's going to be a lot of wild claims and wild
Who
things.
else? Who else, in your opinion, could have done such a like? When I say different, look, I am from like dance, techno, like to country. Who could have pulled that off so seamlessly and not have it seem like
There's
just
loads of artists that could have done that.
like
Like the Queen, for example.
oh my, there's absolutely no fucking way that it would seem authentic
What?
for your friend to do a country album. It just wouldn't. It would have seemed so strange. Like, let's just keep it
That's
real.
that's not
Khalees
true.
from New York, from
Khalifa,
the
that's
Bronx,
not
I think,
true.
like doing a country album. Why would that make sense in her career?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe, yeah, okay, maybe not country, but like if there could be different genres, if that's what you're implying and talking about, an artist doing different genres.
I'm
There's
talking
many
about
artists.
genres that are like so completely up
Yeah,
two other sides of the spectrum, like country and dance. What two genres, like country and dance, that are so entirely different, two different worlds, could Khalees have put like
Flesh Tone and Food are complete two different sounds. Two sonically, they are absolutely left and right. So anyway,
not as much as country and pop? Well, anyway, we're gonna move on because this is about Beyonce, this episode. And anyway, we I was just really excited about the complete and utter like entry into a new genre. Now, another thing that she did before the album came out, she released like a little bit of a statement. And she really like just let you guys know, like 5 years ago, I was at the CMAs and you try to play in my face, like you try to act like this was new to me, like I don't belong here. You try to deaf me out of the genre, the culture, and I just want to let you know, first of all, it doesn't belong to you. Second of all, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And thirdly, when you hear this album, no, it's a Beyonce album, it's not a country album, eat it. And I just want to say, this is why I stand, because like again, she did it in the most polite and like professional way, but she also just let you bitches know, like, and
yeah.
just as a preface to the album coming out soon, I just want to let you know that you can't tell me shit. You can't tell me shit. And so I'm gonna make whatever music I want. I'm gonna fucking make. Don't let me get Solange. And so again, I was just so like impressed. I'm just so impressed. Like she just continues to impress me. Like I'm never bored. It's such a fun thing to be a Beyonce stan because it's just constant entertainment and period. Like how dare you? How dare you? You're gonna tell this Texas Bama, Louisiana, country ass girl that she can't make country music. Hell no. So yeah,
No, you're right.
another
It
thing.
is very impressive. That's the word. Like it is like that whole moment. I remember like Twitter was going off from like the country music fans that were like, "Who the like? Why the fuck is Beyonce here?" And then from like Beyonce stands that were like, "Wait, this is an amazing performance." Um, People just realizing that they were paying her dust, like they were kind of like not accepting, not embracing. And it's
Mm.
obviously an artist as with Beyonce's fucking impact and status to be in a room and to be in a room somewhere and not be welcomed is so odd. Like you wouldn't hear that. It's not like a musician going to the fucking Oscars and it's like, okay, you don't belong here. This is a musician playing a country song at the fucking CMAs, and
Mm.
like the disrespect was just out of this. It was just ridiculous. So I love that
Crazy.
statement, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it's like, yeah, yeah, period. This is my
Yeah,
album.
exactly.
This is the
And
music.
so
You can't tell me nothing. So
You really can't. Like, so there you go. Haha. Ooh. And so anyway, the album came out. Um, Initial thoughts, it was 27 songs. Like, saw the track listing and I was just like, okay, that looks very full. And then it was 27 songs, and I was just like, whoa, because again, going back to the kind of like criteria, there is like a sweet spot I feel for like album lengths, and 27 songs is like way past that. So
Yeah,
initially I was a bit just like, this is a bit like this is a lot of music. And obviously as a Beyonce stan, the more the merrier, but at the same time, for like a good listening experience, I feel like you need to just be able to get through it like in one sitting and not have to chop it up and like, oh, we'll come back to that part later. Like, it should just be a good bite size amount, not bite size, but like just a
yeah.
good amount of music that you can just kind of sit through. So the 27 songs initially made me like a bit apprehensive. And then I saw, well, actually, it's only 1 hour, 18 minutes long. And I'm like, that's not super long. Like, that's not 27 songs long. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, maybe there's more that I'm not seeing here. And then as we got through the album, I started to understand. But what were your initial thoughts on like,
My initial thoughts was, okay, so we've got a collaboration with Miley Cyrus. What the hell?
mm,
What the hell? Like, that just surprised me. I didn't see that coming one bit at all.
mm,
Never, like, ever. I don't even think the last time like they were in public together was that fucking stupid performance that they did. Things that better do ever. Stand up for cancer one.
yeah, when Beyonce wore that horrible wig.
Yeah, that horrible, horrible way. That was like the last kind of interaction I've seen. I don't think there's been any more recent pictures. So like when I saw Miley Cyrus, I was like, what? Then I saw Post Malone on the track list, and I was like, Post Malone said, he said, you know what? You guys thought I flopped. You guys thought I kind of fell off. I'm gonna be on the two biggest albums of the year. He's on this one, and he's gonna be on Taylor Swift's album. And I was just like, fair play, fair
Fair,
play. Then
fair.
I saw
But wait,
there's
who thought he flopped? Because
no, he did. He has fall off. He did fall off. He did.
did he?
Yeah, his last album didn't do the numbers like his first two did. Like he did.
I mean, does that mean he flopped though? Because like,
Yes, he did. He did.
I don't, I think that's. I mean, sorry to digress, but I think that's unfair. Like, it had like, I like you with Doja
Yeah,
Cat, which has got like
that's
over a
nice. That's
billion
a great
streams, and
great
like
song.
so
But
many songs and that have done very well commercially. I don't know how it's done as an album, but like some of the songs have done really really well. And by his standards, maybe it's
Mhm,
not the rock star and the
exactly.
codeine and converse whatever the fuck it's called. It's not that album, but that doesn't mean it's a flop. I think that's
He
like
fell off.
third
He did. He
albums.
he fell off a little bit. He did. But anyway, I was like Post Malone and Beyonce. What? Okay. Then I saw like there's gonna be a Jolene cover. It's like,
And Blackbird.
see, you mentioned Blackbird, but I didn't know what the fuck that was. I had no idea what you were talking about. So I just let you
That
like.
doesn't surprise me because you do hate the Beatles.
I don't hate the Beatles. I just don't care. So you was like Blackbird and Jolene. I was like, I can let you have your moment, and but I don't know what the hell Blackbird.
That's just like, I don't think you need to be a Beatles fan to know Blackbird. It's just like Old MacDonald. Like, it's just one of those songs that are just so universal. It's been around for the past 100 years. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Nope.
But yeah, no, I was kind of not shocked by Miley Cyrus because it made sense. Like, she's fits so well into this genre. But I was like very, very excited by it. Post Malone, I was shocked by. Willie Nelson, I was thinking like, what the like? You got Willie Nelson to come on your album? Like that's that clout. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I was really, really, really excited. So yeah, it was looking good. And then we get
So
into
let's get into. Oh, I do want to add 27 songs. I thought absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, don't care who you are. Ridiculous. And I will say that to whoever releases an album, it doesn't, I don't care who you are. 27 songs. No. That was my initial thought. I just thought absolutely that's ridiculous.
fair. That's totally fair. And I think obviously when I listened to the album and then I realized like six of the songs are like interludes, six of the songs are like less than 2 minutes, some of them less than a minute long. So it's like it's actually not 27 songs at all. And the thing is with streaming platforms as well, like where in an album track listing, it would have like one, two, three, interlude, four, five, six. So
Hmm.
like you could read it as 21 songs and know that there were
Mm.
6 interludes. You don't get that same ability, I suppose, on streaming sites because they don't have interludes in their track listing. So that's the only way that you could read it, which is unfortunate. Obviously, it's not Beyonce's fault. Like, that's just the kind of way that streaming services are set up. But at the same time, it does make you feel like, whoa. And so obviously, once I listened to it and I realized that actually there's not 27 songs at all, then it was like, okay, this is fine. But just starting off, okay, so we had a American Requiem as the opener.
Yes.
I was making notes. I was literally on my phone, like pausing, making notes, like because
Let's go. Let's hear. I want to hear. I'm excited.
this is the thing. Like when we go back again to the Cadillac criteria, there are certain things, in my opinion, that all albums need to have, and that is a strong opener. And by strong, I don't necessarily mean like it has to be powerful. It just has to really set the scene for the album. It has to let me know like what like this is it. It has to feel like an opening song. American Requiem feels like an opening song. It is
Yeah.
so like, I am here. Can you stand me? Can you hear me? I am a country bitch from Louisiana, from Texas. You are not going to erase me from country music. No, can you stand me?
Mm-hmm.
It was just so like in your face, just like to the point, just so powerful. Like I was just literally like sat there with my mouth open. Like she's really, really just making such a statement with this song. Like it was just so perfect. Like what a perfect album opener. I knew like I was ready. I donned my hat. My accent was changing. Like the stirrups on my boots had just fought. Like everything about me had just turned into this southern country gal. Like my hair was just plaiting itself into pigtails. Like just something was like there was a transformation going on, and I just felt like this song got me ready. It's got me ready for country, and it was just such a great opener. So 10 out of 10 for that. Well,
I
fucking
I
done.
agree. Like every album, don't care what it is, who it's by, it needs to. I feel like the actual calendar criteria, it needs to kind of tell us who, what, where, why, when, all of those five W's. And you couldn't have
Mm.
asked for a better opener. Like she literally said, "This is what I'm doing. Like why I'm doing it. Like when this happened."
From birth.
This is what the fuck like is up. And yeah, I was just so impressed. And I don't know if you want to do this in order, but um I love that it starts how it ends. So
Mm.
with American Requiem and Amen, the last song, like I love that the last kind of verse is the last verse in American Requiem. It's such a, this is the thing, what you said, like impressive. That's what Beyonce's work feels like. It's very impressive and it's very, everything's so considered, everything's so thought out. Like she wants
Very that.
to, I always go back to that interview where she's like, people don't make albums anymore. They don't make albums. But like she really loves the art and is so um just dedicated to making albums, making a body of work. Like I
Mm.
love things like that. That's so special to me, to have the album starter and then tie it all up in this little package, this country parcel package with a bow, and end it on that same note. I love
Mm.
that. I really love things like that. It just tells me that this is someone that's really thinking about the album, this
The
era, this
consumer,
body
like
of work.
thinking about the experience, like thinking about, I'm not making songs like a collection of songs that I'm putting out at the same time for people to pick and choose one or two that they like. Like, of course, you were going to have our favorites, but she's really thinking about people listening to this as an album. And you should consider both. You should consider what are you going to be your singles, what are going to be your standout songs. But you should also, if you're going to bother putting songs out at the same time, make them cohesive, make them a body of work, make them feel like a collection, like they're together. And so tying the start and the end together was a perfect choice, and it really did wrap it up, and it does feel like an album. It feels like we sat there, we had a mood board, and it had Cowboy Carter at the top, and we thought about what songs were going to go. It just feels so considered, as you said, so intentional. And I love that. So I don't necessarily think we'd have to go in order. But I do want to talk about the song that followed it because I think it was a very interesting choice and again very considered, very intentional. The next song after that was Blackbird. And it just made sense. It was just like, okay, this is who I am. I'm a black woman. I'm from the South. I'm making a country album, and you can't tell me nothing. But I'm also putting black country artists on the map, like, because you're not gonna erase me, but you're also not gonna erase them. Like, we're not gonna forget where country music started. So it just felt like a little bit of a history lesson, like singing a song by the Beatles, Blackbird, which was written about racial tension in the South in like the
Mhm.
60s and like segregation and all of that
Yeah,
stuff. And then Paul McCartney himself has also said that you should consider Blackbird to be black woman. Like that's how the word should be interpreted in this song because it
yeah.
really is about like the black woman's fight and like your wings are broken, but just keep going on. And like, we see you, we recognize you, we're standing with you. And then to have four black female country singers like join her on the vocals, it was just so like, it made me emotional. It was just like, not to say that those country singers would never have gone onto the global stage, but like what an opportunity for them to like be on a Beyonce album, on a country Beyonce album. Like these talented singer songwriters, these black women who were constantly overlooked.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a perfect transition from American Requiem into like also putting black women on the map, putting black country artists on the map. Like this woman, like again, don't want to make this about your friend
Oh,
because
what?
it honestly, all that was going through my mind was as a black woman, because the audacity, sorry, Khalees, but I'm calling you the fuck out. The audacity for you to fix your phone and record yourself talking about Beyonce and saying things like, oh, she doesn't support other black women, and like you say all of this and you say a lot, but you're not really about it. Pardon? Like exhibit A, exhibit B, C, right through to D, all the way back to A again. Like, how dare you? How like all she has ever done, all she ever does, all she ever talks about, brags about, goes on about is just carving a lane for her people and like not just saying like I really want black people to do well in this genre. Like actually no, I'm gonna bring these four artists and
Mhm.
put them on a song, like a song that's about the black struggle, the black fight. It doesn't get more as a black woman than that, Khalees. So just thank you for that. Like it was beautifully sung. It's a beautiful song anyway. Like it's a beautiful, perfect song. And then she sang it beautifully, and then they all came in, and it was just such a like. I could have seen them all holding hands in the
Yeah.
studio. It was so beautiful, and I just what a moment. Beautiful.
It's a yeah. I mean, you kind of threw me off guard with that one. You kind of threw me off guard with that one, but I'd never heard the song before. Didn't know what it was. But it's very yeah. No, I really never heard it.
It's
But
insane.
it's beautiful. It is beautiful, and
Mm.
I do agree that Beyonce is like kind of for us and by like for us by us. Like she really does. Um, Even the album cover that's shot by a black man, I believe. Everything's really kind of at the core of Beyonce. Av late is very just like
Of
blackety black.
late.
Av late is very blackety black, and
Sorry, because you can't just say things like that and then just like what of late? What do you mean of late?
of late, like I don't know if I felt that way during Sasha Fierce or even for I don't know if I felt that way. I don't know if I saw it. I don't know if it was as obvious as it is now. Like you said, the female country singers who we should name, but I can't remember their names. When would they have such a opportunity to be like on this huge global stage?
Mm.
Unfortunately, like it's not because of a lack of talent. It's not because of a lack of country music it's a big genre, but it's not the number one genre in the world. So that's that. And then like a black female country singers, like you're not gonna see like it takes a huge opportunity for these artists um to be I don't know. I love that.
Yeah, get their moment. Yeah.
to be showcased, get
globally.
their moment, and really have their moment and like be credited. And like, it's not like, they did backing vocals and they weren't credited. Like, no, their credit, go onto fucking Spotify. You can see these artists, you can click on them, you can listen to their songs. And I love
Mm,
that. So fair play. And I think it's a beautiful song. Um, she sounds amazing. They all sound amazing. It is very like campfire, holding hands, kumbaya. Like, it's very that.
mm. Very that it just feels very communal. And
Yeah.
yeah, just a really like a representation of like who Beyonce seems to be at the core. Like she's
Mhm.
always throughout her entire career like uplifted women, having like all women bands like from back way back in the day from the Beyonce experience. Like even if she wasn't singing about it in her songs and like writing a song specifically about like the black struggle or women, she has always been a platform for women to succeed. Like in the background, in the foreground, female producers, like got check the history. It's always been there.
Fair.
So this is not like inauthentic to who she is. It's very, very much her. So thank you for that. And so now we get into 16 Carriages. Again, not necessarily want to do this in order, but it's just kind of how it's happening. 16 Carriages, as I said, was like my favorite out of the two singles that was released. Love Texas Hold'em, but this song, I don't know, it just really, really resonates with me. And again, it just feels very like black woman, like not to make this about race, not to make this all about like the black woman's fight and whatever, but it just feels so familiar. Just like,
Oh, I
I've
love
been
that. I love that the word familiar, like, fair enough. Because I don't
I've
have
been
that,
like
I don't have that,
carrying.
I have that experience. So,
Mm,
it doesn't feel familiar to me, but I love it for completely, obviously, different reasons. It just feels, both this and the next song, Protector,
mm,
they both probably the most out of all of the songs on the album for me. I just feel like there's so much heart. It just feels like heart on her sleeve. Like, I just feel so invested, and I
mm,
believe every word. And that's what, like, I know I've seen people are like, this isn't a country album, but like for me, country. When I think of country music, I always think of storytelling. Like, oh, that's the thing.
yes.
Like, whatever it is, I always think of storytelling. And those two songs, 16 Carriages and Protector, like, I'm just so. Even though, some people, again, I've been reading the reviews and people are like, yeah, Beyonce, you're making out that, like, you came from absolutely nothing. Which you didn't.
But is she though? Is that how she's making out? Or is she just saying just like I've worked really, really, really hard my whole career? Like I think this idea that you have to be in poverty to have experienced struggle is
Mhm.
so unfair.
Fair.
And it wouldn't make her story or her plight any more believable or impressive. Like she shouldn't have to grow up in the projects of, Third Ward in like a council flat in order for her story to be impressive. It still is like even if she was in a four-bedroom house, like it doesn't
Mm,
take away anything. Like
absolutely. Absolutely not.
yeah.
Absolutely not. But I think that just the storytelling, the belief, the singing. I love I can't wait to hear this live. Like,
Same.
whether it's at the CMAs, whether they invite her again, or whether it's like on tour. Like, I can't wait. It just feels so vulnerable. Um, Maybe it's one of Beyonce's most vulnerable songs. Like, um,
Um,
it shows the graft, she's really worked so hard. People might take that for granted. Even the Beehive, people might not actually realize. No, this woman's been working since, like, how old? Like, she's been working consistently 38 summers. Like, she's fucking missed a whole. Like this. She sacrificed so much. And I hear that like the most in 16 Carriages. I love it. I love the song.
I
It's
really,
great.
really do. It's definitely one of my favorite on the album. It's just a very, very beautiful song. And again, it does tie very nicely into Protector as well. I think one of the reviews or comments that I've been seeing quite a lot is like Beyonce doesn't have a country heart. And like being a country singer or making country songs, it requires a country heart. And again, I understand when people are saying that. It's a very subjective thing that you can cling on to that you don't have to describe, you don't have to really make sense of. You could just say, she doesn't have a country heart, and then people can just run with that. So I understand when people are kind of using that as a thing. But it doesn't get more heartfelt for me than 16 Carriages. Like it's just so honest and vulnerable and open. And the same with Protector as well. Like, just it feels very motherly. It feels like a warm hug. So love those two. Um, any particular like standouts for you? Any just like
Okay,
for good or bad reasons?
I'm ready to. We'll go into more songs, but I'm just ready to say that I'm sorry, Khalifa. I'm
Oh,
sorry, but oh my god, 27 songs. I don't care how many skits you want to throw in. I don't care how many songs are. No, no,
okay.
absolutely, like no. By the 19th song, I'm ready to like I'm ready to fight. By the 24th song, like I want to punch Beyonce in the face, and like it's not even so much an hour and 18 minutes. That's fine. It is a bit too long for me personally, but it's not even that because you let's think about, and I'm going to use Scissors SOS because we reviewed it, and let's think about that. Take that as an example. So Scissors SOS has 21 or 2 songs, or 23. I don't know.
I
Let
th-
me let me actually go on it right
yeah,
now.
I think it could be more.
Um,
It felt very long, and they are all full songs as well.
okay, Scissors SOS has 23 songs, and this
Okay.
is 23 songs and a runtime of 1 hour 8 minutes. And we spoke about the track list. Thumbs down. Still stand by that. Um, but a real criticism I have of this album, it's not even so much that it's boring. It's irritating. It's annoying. Like, why am I still listening? I've listened to it a few times now, and I'm like, why is it still going? Why? Like, what the hell? So the sheer amount of songs. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Like, I'm gonna. This is my rule. I know yours will be different, but my rule is you're getting 2 points knocked.
Honestly, fair. Like I was taken aback by seeing 27 songs. Even when I realized that 6 of them were skits, it was like, why do we have
No.
6 skits interlude? Like we just, it's too much.
Yeah.
It was too much. I totally agree with you. I'm deducting a point for it as well
Yeah.
because I think the songs that I actually really enjoyed and the songs that were actual songs, they were enough. And I think one or two maybe interludes or skits to really kind of
Yeah.
give us that country jukebox radio station feeling that she was going for, like the 2 ones with Willie Nelson, for example. Like I understood those, they made sense, they did kind of gear me up for the next song.
Hmm.
It helped the flow of the album in terms of like we went from really slow songs to really like faster ones, like more upbeat ones, and it didn't feel like a massive jump. It did help the track listing, but you didn't need as many. You've got like, for example, I think, is it
Kind
Rose or whatever, that
my
goes into
goals.
another skit.
Hmm.
There's like 2 or 3 skits back to back, or interludes. It's like we don't need 2 or 3 1.5 minute
No.
songs. Like this
No.
is like back to back. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we're not teeing up the next song here. We're just throwing in like bits, and I
Well,
didn't understand that as a
yeah,
choice.
that's really annoying. And this actually, it felt like kind of like Beyonce hasn't actually considered the listener. This is how I felt because I loved, Texas, great song, 16 Carriages, love. So I was really excited for it. But it just when you get towards the end, I'm like, have you considered the listener? I don't know if you have. And there's another thing that like
Yeah,
really annoyed me. And I know seems like neither here or there, but just the songs being in capital letters. Like, I'm looking on Spotify and there's 27 songs, they're all in capital letters. I think, and I'm gonna use Scissors SOS, like there is 23 songs. But you can be like, okay, when you get to, let's say, Good Days, that's at the end of the album, you still remember what Snooze sounds like, and you still remember, oh, okay, Love Language. I'm looking at this. I've listened to this album a few times. It's all in
is
capital
that because of
letters.
the capital letters though, or is that just because
I
there's too
think
much?
it's just distracting and annoying. Personally, it's just distracting and annoying. Like, I got
Okay.
it with Renaissance. Like, it worked. Like, it felt like they deserve to be in capital letters, not because these songs are bad. On Cowboy Carter, but I was like, I get it. Um, this it's just there's 27 songs of just capital letters.
Fair. I hear what you're saying. It's a lot. It is. It's a lot of songs with a lot of caps, and it does feel
And
overwhelming.
stupid spelling, like the two, like, and then the stars. It's just it seems tiny bit pretentious now, like that whole the stylization. I know that's not really about the album, but that is the whole experience. Like, I want to,
Yeah.
I'm on Spotify, I want to listen to it, I want to, oh, what song's this? And then I want
Mm,
to, I don't know. When I got to track, whatever, 20, I don't remember Daughter that
mm,
much. I don't fully, because there's been so many skits. It's just, it is, I think there's too much. There is too much.
is.
And
And
my
ultimately, it
last,
creates opportunities for people to skip as well. Because I'm
yeah.
never going to listen to Desert Eagle probably. Like I'm not putting on the ones with like Little Richard and Rosetta Sharp. Like I just it's nice that it was there, but I know I get the intention that you're trying to pay homage to like these country and rock and roll greats, and you're trying to
Mhm.
show that like I've really considered the past, the present, and the future of country music here. And so fair play to shouting them out, but it just didn't.
Absolutely.
It could have been like just 10 seconds at the beginning of a song. It didn't need to be a minute of just them and like samples. And so I want to give her kudos for the intention. I just think the execution was off for me. And
I
so
just
it
think
did kind of,
yeah.
it took away from the experience. It
Yeah,
did.
the execution was annoying for me, and that
Mm,
goes into the segue into songs. Again, Renaissance. It absolutely made sense. Like it's a kind of a non-stop. Obviously, there was a moment where it did slow down from Plastic Up the Sofa and Virgo's Groove. Like, you know, it made sense to segue into what cozy into whatever the next song is. It makes sense. This, I'm
mm,
like, you've given me 27 fucking capital letter song. I don't know what's what. I honestly don't know what's what.
mm,
Again, back to SOS. I'm just using it as an example just because there's so many songs. But you kind of know
mm.
we've said track listing's horrible for that one, but again, when you get to the last few songs, you still remember. You can look at the title of the first three, four, five, seven. You remember them. You have an idea of like, okay, this is how this one goes. For me, maybe it's just my brain. I don't know, but like I'm just looking at it. Two hands to heaven. Okay, but I don't remember Bodyguard. What? Like
Wow, okay. Yeah.
it just really
Mm.
it's too much. It's a bit pretentious, and it was doing my head in. It wasn't that the album was boring. It was like, why am I still listening? Why you didn't need that much? No.
Fair. I totally understand. And to be honest, like parts of it did get boring for me because
Okay,
it was
yeah,
just
same.
too much. Like it had a lull in the middle. It had a massive lull. After like two or three skits and then into a slow song and then another skit into a slow song. Like again, I don't even know what they're called necessarily. Not that the songs were bad because I have listened to it as a whole twice and then I've listened to them individually and then I listened to it as a whole again. So it was easier to kind of tell like, okay, this is that song. I could recognize it.
Mhm.
But just off like first listen, was like I'm not a Beyonce fan, or I am, or I'm just
Yeah,
like whatever. It should be a good experience, just like from the first run. And I think having to chop it up and dissect it and like it doesn't need that. I think it was overdone. I think there was just a bit too much thought that went into it. And again, I know that comes from a place of just wanting to create something special. I don't think she's trying to be pretentious, but it does come across that way. And I totally get what you say. It's very, very interesting that we agree on this. So
Mhm.
I'll be interested to hear the score at the end
I
because
was so scared that you were gonna just like shun me and
no,
cancel
no,
me.
it's a very fair observation. It really is. Like it, you can't really like even as a die-hard Beyonce fan as you know I am. Like I have to be honest, and it's a bit much. So I do want to talk about my favorites.
Let's
Do you
go.
have any favorites? Like are they really just like this is my jam?
Um, I've made notes because um for me, I think that the second half, whenever that is, track 14, whatever, I don't know, but I think the second half is a bit stronger than
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
kind of, I don't know actually. There's just, there's a lot. Beyonce, there's a lot. I'm sorry, but it's too much. It's too much, Beyonce. But anyway, my favorites. I love Most Wanted. That's the one with Miley Cyrus.
Beautiful.
Such a welcome. I love that Miley had the first vocal on the song. It's like, yes, we have something different. Like Beyonce going for like 90s
Oh,
rock, and they both. I never imagined that they would complement each other as literally sublimely, perfectly as they do on that. It's beautiful.
it
It's
is.
so. It reminds me of like friendship. That's how I interpret the song. Like not so much like a relationship, but just like being with your ride or die. That's how your ride or die. You're that bitch that's always got your back. Like that's how the song makes me feel. That's what I get from the song. It's beautiful. So I love that one. That's one of my faves.
Fair. I think it really highlights how professional they are. Like
Mhm.
they're such professional, seasoned, experienced singers. Like they both know when to push, they both know when to pull back. Like they have completely different voices. They're so different. And yet they harmonize and come together so perfectly. Sometimes it's very rugged, sometimes it's really soft, just like country. And it just feels right. This song feels so good. I
Yeah.
cannot wait for her to bring Miley out.
Hmm.
The tours that they can do this is going to be so good because they're both such great performers as well, but with very different styles
Yeah.
again. And it just showcases just like it's such a spectrum in music. Like there is no one good or one bad. Like it's just like oh, it just feels perfect. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's
Love it.
such a blend that just it's a perfect fit. It's a perfect match. They really. Such a standout. It's such a
Yeah.
standout. And that's not just because I love Miley Cyrus, but like they both deliver.
Yeah, it could have been
Um,
horrible. It could have
yeah.
been. They could have just like attacked each other because they're so different and they both have such strong voices and they just didn't. They just professionally just knew exactly what the song needed and
Mhm.
did it. So
It's
well
like the
done.
perfect. Like they definitely don't care about the scammings, but that 1000% is winning best pop vocal next year.
They
Best
have
pop
to.
duo for sure.
Yeah.
Like you heard it here
Period.
first. Absolutely, there's nothing up like it's that. Um, I love that one. I love Daughter.
Okay.
That's how does it go?
Oh my God. Not how does it go?
I know that there's like an Italian opera moment. That's the one.
Mm,
And I mean, come on. I think I want to say that sonically, this is definitely Beyonce's most out there, impressive, very like she's definitely tried something new sonically, and it
mm.
pays off. Like it really suits her, and that's what you got. I keep going back to the word impressive because who else could really emerge and just deliver, but still being authentically Beyonce, like still sounding like Beyonce. There's a song in particular that I feel is quintessential Beyonce in terms of vocally, and that's
Oh,
Riverdance.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Like that, there's not a person on earth that could sing that like Beyonce and deliver it like her. It sounds
Bounce on the
so.
shit. Dance, dance.
Even that
It's
part, like
so
it's not even belting. It doesn't have to be, but just that part, no one else could deliver it like Beyonce. Like period.
true. True.
Bounce on the dance like no hands.
Yeah, it's very her. It's very her. In fact, that song out of all of them kind of ties nicely into Renaissance, I feel. Like it feels like I don't know, it kind of like makes the two of them connect
Yeah.
almost. Like that sounds almost like it could have been on Renaissance in a good way. It's just such a I don't even know where to place it genre wise. Like it's so different. It's such an amalgamation and it's so Beyonce. I totally agree. Okay, so would you say that those are your kind of like your three faves then, like Most Wanted,
Okay, so
Daughter?
Most Wanted, I love Daughter and 16 Carriages. I think 16 Carriages actually is my favorite. I haven't listened to it a few times now. I think 16 Carriages is my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say those are my top three. I'm happy with that.
Okay, fair. I'd
Let's hear
say
yours.
yeah, so 16 Carriages, it's a bit unfair because I've had so much time with it and I've really rinsed it like to death. So sorry, just getting emotional there about 16 Carriages. But I really, 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 really love that song, and I did from the moment I heard it. It's not like any Beyonce song that she's ever done. It just sounds completely new, and it's beautiful. So, 16 Carriages definitely for me.
Hmm.
Levi's Jeans, I love that. Like as soon as I heard it as well, it was instantaneous. Some of them have taken a while to be like, do I like this? I'd even say that about Most Wanted. I think at first I was just so like anxious about like I really want this to work, so I really love them both. And I think I just kind of got in my head and I had to listen to it again. I was like, no, it's actually good. So that took a while, but Levi's Jeans, I was just swaying in the Louisiana breeze, just like with a straw in my mouth and like just one leg up on like some like stool somewhere, and I was just in. I was there. It's very visual for me. The way that their voices, because I love Post Malone's voice. I think he has such a beautiful, amazing voice. Like it's so unique. And again, he doesn't have to be like the best vocalist. Just like his actual voice is
Yeah.
just so lovely. And they're just like it's like two layers of water and silk just caressing each other. It's so nice. It feels like breeze. Like that is how I would describe
Friendly.
that song. It feels like a warm breeze. I love it. So that's definitely got to be
It's a
number
great song
two.
to be honest. And
Mm.
like
I hope they'd really release it as a single and do a video. I think it would do so well.
I think it would do well as well. Post Malone's voice, it's kind of, I don't hate it. I do enjoy it mostly, but it does.
Mm.
I've always said it, but it reminds me of a sheep.
A sheep.
Yeah, it's just got that sheepish quality to it.
You just have a bit of a
Yeah,
vibrato.
it's really.
Kind of like old Rihanna when she used to. Back in the day when Rihanna used to rehab, she she used to do that, and like no shade, like that's what she used to do. I get what you mean, but hers was
Yeah.
more goat, I think. But yeah,
Go. Okay, fair. Like it works though, and
mm,
I think it was a great collaboration choice. It really is so good. Oh, I really
mm.
sorry. I like S- Smoke Hour Star Willie Nelson. I think is that the one. Oh no, sorry, Smoke Hour 2. Oh,
Okay, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, 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 no. Just for fun.
just for oh, okay,
The slower ones, I don't know why, but because that's not usually my kind of go-to. But the slower ones, I just enjoy more because I feel like the more up-tempo ones, she kind of threw everything on the kitchen sink, and it's a bit like, oh.
some of them are a bit chaotic. Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
back to your so you've got
Okay, so
Levi's.
yeah, so it's 16 carriages for me, Levi's jeans. I know that some of the faster ones are a bit chaotic, but I actually love the chaos of Yaya.
Of course you do.
I just want to dance. I just want to dance. Like, can I just dance, please? Like, just let me dance. Like, that's all I want to do. And it's just so fun. It is so her as well. Like, I feel like there's a song like this on almost every Beyonce album. You can tell it's one of her favorite songs to perform as well.
Mm,
Like, she just loves a dance moment. Like, she just loves to, and like the callback as well. Just like, can't remember any of the lyrics, but like I say this and then you say that. She
yeah.
loves that moment. It's very country. It's so fun. I love that. I love spaghetti. Um, it's yeah, and again, this is not a country song at all. This is very much like a hip hop song with like a southern feel. It was more southern hip hop than country.
Yeah, it's
But
given
I'm glad that she threw
essence.
it in
It's
there.
not. It's like this is essence. It's given an
Excellent.
essence. It's just an essence of the country feel or the southern
Yeah,
feel.
and, and,
Like,
and I'm fine with that. And not every song needed to be like super authentic country, so that's fine. I
and not every
love
song needs to be
Tyrant.
on the album.
I don't know. For me, I'm kind of glad it broke things up for me because I think like after 4 or 5 slow country songs, I think it did need a little bit of something else, and I was glad that it was there. I love Tyrant. I absolutely love Tyrant. Like I was surprised going onto Instagram and seeing that people were really gravitating towards Riverdance. I don't know if it was just like a really popular influencer played it and now everybody's jumping on that sound without actually listening to the album. Because I thought Tyrant was going to be the one that everybody gravitated to because like, it's just so good. Like I really love that song.
I
Um,
kind of that one again. It's a bit like why is like you've got Dolly Parton at the beginning, and it's like
It's actually hilarious to me that Dolly Parton is featured on a song like that. It's just so funny. Like I find that really hilarious. It's like Dolly Parton, what are you doing here? Not in a bad way. It's just like okay, this is so random. Like of all the songs for you to put her on, like cool, but it's a good
Literally.
song. I actually really like the song. So I
Yeah.
can't can I narrow it down to three? I'll try. I'm gonna say 16 Carriages, Levi's Jeans, and then I do love Most Wanted. I'm gonna say Tyrant though.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. I'm going to say Tyrant is my number three. And again, you know how these things go. Next week, I'll have a completely
Yeah.
different favorite. But right now, in this moment, it's those three for me.
When I was listening to the album, I thought like it was the most Texas was the perfect first single. It's probably one of her best. I think it's up there with Crazy in Love as a lead single. Like
Mm.
it's so great. To welcome the world, to introduce the world, to show the world my
A
new
very
era.
universal song.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
it's
have to be a Beyonce fan, a country fan, or just any of those to enjoy it. It's just
mhm.
so infectious.
It just makes me want to go line dancing. I just want to like swing around and just like yeah, and like it's so
It's very.
it's so groovy. It's so good.
Mhm.
I love the ding the ding the ding ding the ding the ding ding the ding the ding ding. This ain't Texas. I just want to slap my thigh. I just literally want to slap my thigh.
Same. And just like spit tobacco and shit. Like, all of the quintessential cliche, probably derogatory country shit. Like I just want to do it all. I want to pluck a chicken. I want to do just country stuff. I want to drink milk directly from a cow,
I'm a country
and
girl. Period.
yeah, just line dance my ass away in my mini skirt and my boots. Which will be my outfit of the summer, by the way. And so, yeah, it is a perfect single. To be fair, are there any least favorites for you? Because interestingly, some of the ones that you described as your favorites were actually like didn't do it for me at
Least
all.
favorite is Jolene. That's my least favorite.
Gag.
That's my least favorite.
Gah.
That's my least
Gag.
favorite. My least favorite.
Wow. Why? Talk to me.
Beyonce, I'm actually sick of it now. I'm sick of it. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, but like no one finds your husband attractive. She said, I know why you find him attractive. No one finds him attractive.
That's
No.
so untrue. That is
No, it
so
isn't,
untrue.
Khalifa. Like, no, like, I'm actually sick of it. I'm stop singing about just shut. Beyonce, no, you can't say big Joe. We're talking about God tier song. We're talking about like absolute classic, not even more than classic, just like a legendary legend of a song.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about people want to take Jay-Z. Shut. Like, I'm actually sick of it. Like, it didn't need to be like you didn't need to ghetto it up. You didn't need to fucking hood it up. You didn't. No, you didn't need it. You just did a cover. That'd have been fine. No one find your husband attractive. Fair enough. I can see people like my. No, I'm sick of it. You've been doing this since Lemonade. Shut up, please. Like, oh, that's my least favorite. And it was kind of giving. I can't even remember how the verses go, but it was giving "Nasty Girl" by Destiny's Child the kind of just the melody, I guess. It was given Nasty Girl by Destiny's Child, which is again, yeah, least favorite. That's my least favorite. Sorry,
The gag. Wow.
that's my least favorite. I do
I mean,
like
it's not one of
the.
my favorites, but
I was.
it's
I like the I'm a stand by you, stand by me. I like that part. But it's my least favorite. Every time I get to it, I'm just like,
wow.
no one wants you back.
Wow.
No one wants you, nigga.
I mean, first of all, in terms of like Jay-Z not being attractive, like if you're talking physically, that's very subjective. But like he is an attractive man for a lot of women. In terms of like his stature, his power, his money, like there are a lot of women. A lot. Like, yeah, 100%. I get what she's saying. I can see why you find him attractive. He's commanding. He's a
Okay,
powerful
fair enough. Yeah,
like
actually,
mogul.
okay, fair, but no.
He's an attractive man, and this isn't. I don't fancy him. I don't like. I'm not want to rip his clothes off, but I could 100% see why people would find him charming and attractive. Like that's just my opinion. Again, it's very opinion based. I'm not saying you have to, but like I totally disagree with that part. In terms of like her remixing it, at first, when I first heard it, I felt exactly the same. I was like, do not touch Jolene. Don't touch I just felt like this. No, I love you, Beyonce. I really do. And really, like, there's very, very few things that you could ruin. But Jolene, it doesn't, it's perfect. It is a perfect God tier, just untouchable song that
Hmm.
doesn't need anything. It doesn't need different, it doesn't need anything. And it's been covered so many times, some really good, some really bad.
Hmm.
And it just like, don't touch the lyrics. I was so uncomfortable with that. Then I went back and I was like, okay, I get it. I get why she did it. I get that it wouldn't seem very authentic for Beyonce to be singing, begging of you, please don't take my man. It doesn't feel like her at all. It doesn't feel like her personality or her persona or such. It doesn't feel like Beyonce to sing that way. So I do understand, and again, intention and execution. I understand the intention behind it. I don't love the execution of it. I just feel like, even though, yeah, I get why you changed it, just maybe just don't do it at all then. If
Yeah,
you
just
have to
don't do
change
it.
it,
Just don't do it.
if you have to, I think what would have been nice, I would have loved to just have seen her do Jolene as part of her shows, the same way that she did like Proud Mary. Just you throw some random songs in there, do a cover and change the lyrics like on stage. Change the lyrics every show just to make it fun. And
Yep.
we're like, oh,
Yep.
did you hear what she said? That would have been fine. I wouldn't have felt like, oh, she's changing Jolene, because you're just like playing around on stage. Like, that's totally fine. And bring Dolly out as well and get her to sing like "Bitch Don't Take My Man." Like, that would be fun and fine, and I would have loved that. But like, to immortalize it in an album, like, you are creating a forever version
It's
of
arrogant. It's
Jolene.
arrogant.
It's
It
arrogant.
is. Jolene, no. That's any other Dolly
Don't
Parton
touch
song.
Jolene. Like,
Like,
it's like changing like the Our Father like prayer. It's
yeah.
just so like, it is what it is. It just, you can't go in and start like, actually, I'm not really sure about that third lyric in the Our Father. I'm going to change that to. It's just
Yeah.
a prayer. You just leave it.
Yeah.
Jolene is a prayer. We don't change prayers, and I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it's not one of my faves. Again, I don't hate how she sang it. I don't hate that she even did it. I just wish that you could have just keep it on the tour. It just could have been part of like an exciting part of the tour.
That's honestly, you hit the nail on the head. That would have been the best part of the tour. Like, you know it's coming, but she's gonna, oh
Mm.
my, can you imagine? But
Yeah,
to
like, what's she gonna
actually,
say today?
yeah,
Like,
but to actually, like, you've made this is a part of history now. You've covered, even sample it. I don't know. Just leave it alone. Don't do. It's arrogant. Like, not Jolene.
yeah.
Everyone. I don't care how old. I don't care what you listen to. You know Jolene. Even if it's just
Mm.
Jolene, Jolene. You know that. You know it. It's one of those songs that just leave it alone. If you're not gonna
Yeah, I agree.
just leave it alone.
I
That's
agree.
why
I
I'm
agree.
like,
So it's not the Jay-Z thing. It's just more the arrogance of it and the audacity. I can't get over that. Even if the lyrics are actually not that bad, like, they're fun, they're playful. Yeah, but
on
just
tour,
do it on tour.
on
On
tour.
tour, just do it on tour. It should not have been on the album. So yeah, my one of my least favorites is Just for Fun as well. I just can't, like, I've tried. Again, I love a slow, singy, songy Beyonce moment because her vocals are so beautiful, but it's just boring to me. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I just don't, I could barely even tell you what it sounds like. I'm just so
I
bored.
don't remember what it
So,
sounds like, but I remember I put it in my notes that thumbs up. So I
okay,
must have
yeah.
looked.
Daughter, though, another one for me, just like, I, the Italian moment was so beautiful and it was so impressive, but it
Cool.
didn't make me feel like I want to hear this again. Like, let me pull that up, let me go back to that song. It was just more like, that was good. What's the next song? Like, I just, whatever. Also, just like the several, like the shitload of skits and interludes. It just didn't need like so many 1.5 minute songs. It didn't need Desert Eagle. It didn't really need flamenco. Just
Who remembers flamenco? Is my question. Like,
exactly. Just too much.
it's
Just too much. And even if like, for example, you're gonna have a song like Amen at the end, which totally makes sense as an album finisher, but it's not a song, is it? Like, we're not gonna go and listen, like, let's put on Amen. You're not gonna do that. So if you're gonna have that as your, like, your album finisher, like, that's already one song already that people are not gonna listen to.
mhm.
You're gonna create five more of songs you know people are just not gonna stream. Like, just
And it's not even about like getting all the streams and all of that. But
not.
this is the Beyonce album where I felt like you. It's just not. It doesn't actually feel. I don't know if cohesive is, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's not very well done.
Polished.
It's just too crazy. It's just wacky. It's just all over the place. It
It's
doesn't feel like
chaotic.
chaotic. It's like, even, I think I remember our first, well, my first, when we listened to Renaissance, I said it didn't feel cohesive. I mean, completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Totally.
This just doesn't feel like it was executive produced. It just feels like, okay, we'll do skip. Do this one. We'll have a 2 minute one, that 2 minute, 5 minute. This was like Beyonce.
Too much. It is too much. And it's a shame because it takes away from some of the really good songs on there, like the Most Wanted. The Hot Two Hands to Heaven is another crap song. Like it's just crap. It's just not good. It's just not like it's crap. I've tried. I really did. Like if there's anybody who's gonna be biased, if there's anybody who's gonna be like, no, it's okay. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna lie, like I am. I'm gonna try, but I've tried, guys, and I can't. I can't even get on this podcast and lie and try and like it's crap. Two Hands to Heaven is a crap song. Flamenco didn't need to be there. Desert Eagle actually reminds me of like Missy and Timbaland. It's got like a
I
bounce,
hear
like
that. Yeah,
which is very them. But the 2 minutes of it just makes it just like pointless because I'm not going back to it now. Like if there was more to it maybe and like it had changed and evolved, then yeah, I don't know. It was just too much. So right, those are my thoughts. Any other thoughts? Any other things that you
I
want to like
think,
throw out?
like, I've got a feeling that on the third act of the this whole series,
Wait, before you do, don't get onto third act predictions yet, because I feel like that's what I want to finish with. Like, don't get onto that yet. Hold your
it's
horses. Just
literally, hold your horses. I
yeah.
just want to say that I think that there will be a song that has honey in it, because obviously Pure Honey we had, which is a tune, and then we've got
Mhm.
Sweet Honey and Buckin. Oh my god, Beyonce, no! Actually, no. And
The point of that, I guess, it has three parts. Is the sweet honey and booking are the three parts. They don't go together. The honey part I find nice, like the little honey vocal
same.
she did was like it was like, okay.
That's the shortest
I
part.
thought it was going to be two parts. I thought it was going to be like a first and second
Hmm.
half. And if the second half was just that, then maybe it could have saved it. But then you only did that for 15 seconds and then you went into the booking. But it's just like, it's too chaotic. Like, I love you so much, but like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, you've already got 27 songs. Why have you got three songs in one? Like,
So
you
actually,
don't need
you've
it.
got 29 songs. Actually,
Basically, like enough is enough.
yeah.
Like enough. And it's at the end of the album as well. So like we've already listened to 25 songs at this point, and now you want to split this song into three? Like, just again, and it just feels so weird to say. Like I actually feel my skin crawling because critiquing Beyonce is like a very hard thing to do. It's like critiquing my own child. Like I feel like yeah, but I have to be honest. Like it was just too much. So there's probably two or three songs that we're missing, and I apologize. It's just too much. Now, have you done all of them?
Um, I think we have. Yeah, I think we have. There's just a lot.
Yeah.
Bodyguard. It's nice enough. I don't remember how it
But
goes.
Bodyguard, I like.
Yeah,
I
it's
like.
nice.
I don't know if you've noticed, she's done like five or six lyric videos. Bodyguard is one of
Oh,
them.
really?
Yeah, well, not yeah. Bodyguard is one of them. She's done a couple of others, and so this, I'm guessing that those are going to be the music videos, maybe. Which is like,
We ain't getting visuals.
I mean, maybe the only visuals we're going to get are these lyric videos, which is like a bit of a shame. But interesting choice. Like, why just do those six? Or maybe they hadn't come out, or all of them hadn't come out at that point. But
Okay.
there was
Yeah.
just six, right, randomly yesterday. So yeah. Anyway, those are the thoughts. Lakaya, what is your verdict? How are you rating
My
Renaissance
verdict
Act Two,
is,
COWBOY Carter?
this is giving. It's like Lemonade's older sister. It's
Okay.
like Lemonade's auntie.
Mm,
And
okay.
Lemonade is, I mean, I've never listened to Sasha Fierce, so but it's not even including that. I've never listened to that album. But like,
What?
I don't own it. I've never listened to it in full. I haven't. Lemonade,
Wow.
I have the CD, own it. I don't listen to it. It's got good, the songs are good. Like, whatever songs are on there, Hold Up and Sorry. I don't listen to them, but they're good songs. Fine. This is like the older auntie though, where it's just like, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to this. This is like,
Oh,
I'm
fair.
not listening to this album actually. I'm not. I didn't enjoy it. I'll be honest. This is our podcast. I didn't enjoy the album. And Renaissance, oh my god, I miss you. Come back, Renee. Come back. Because this the absolute, even I'll probably go back and watch our episode on that. I know I had like mixed feelings. I did do a 180, but I loved America's Got a Problem. I loved Heated. I loved I'm That Girl. Like Cozy. This, I'm just like, don't care. Don't care. Sonically, it's very skillful. It's very considered. It's definitely Beyonce's most. There's a word I'm trying to think of and I can't. It's Beyonce's most not adventurous. I don't know. She's pushed the boat out and like fair play to her. Um, but as a whole, listening experience, I was irritated. I was. I've never felt that way of Beyonce album. Even with crap Sandcastles on Lemonade, I wasn't irritated. I just was bored and like this. I was just like, this is too much. And then there's so many skits. Like, why have you got two Willie Nelson skits? Okay, you've got him on the album as a country legend, fantastic. But two,
Yeah.
and then Dolly Parton, two.
Yeah, exactly. And all of like three of them back to back, I think, as well. It's just like enough. Okay. Fair enough. Look, I like fair. I can't argue with you. I want to. I want to be like, no, actually, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I didn't hate the album. There are songs on it that are great. I didn't enjoy it as an album listening experience. I enjoyed some of the songs. Most of the songs actually I enjoyed. It's just a shame that they were littered with so many skits and interludes. And it's a shame that some of the songs fell flat, which I'm not expecting every song on the album for me to love instantly, but it just made the album listening experience like from start to finish just a bit flat. And I know that like there are several albums, Sasha Fierce included, that I play from start to finish. I just put it on whilst I'm cleaning, cooking, whatever, and I can just put that album on.
Mhm.
This is not going to be one of them. I'm not just putting on Cowboy Carter because I'm just gonna have to skip Small Cow 2. I'm gonna have to skip Dolly P. I'm gonna have to skip, and that's not what I want. Like I don't need that. I don't
Mhm.
need so many skips. So my final verdict, it's a great feat in terms of her departure, in terms of her like courage to step into this genre and really like give it a go. And bringing so many country artists, black country artists together, shining a light on the history of country as well. And vocally, it's very, very courageous and different. Concept wise as well, it really does tell stories. It's very much triumphs in those aspects. It fell short in the executive production and the execution of certain parts.
Yeah.
So with all that said, Lakaya, what out of 10, what are you giving it? I'm scared.
Actually, you haven't spot. It's gone lower than what I thought it was. I knew you were gonna ask me this question, but actually talking about it, so I thought it was gonna be a 5.2, but it's a 4.9. Like genuinely dead ass, absolutely dead ass. It's a 4.9.
Ooh, less than 5,
It's in
Lakaya.
less than it is. It is, Khalifa. An album. A body. You know I love an album, Khalifa. And if I'm irritated, it's a 4.9. If you've got 10 skits, if you've got 3 songs in one, at the 27th song, it's a 4.9.
Oh my god. Okay. For me, it's a 5.8. I'm gonna cry. No, 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 wait. Oh my god, wait. I feel sick because oh my god, wait, I can't believe that I'm rating a Beyonce album less than a 6. I can't believe that I'm doing this, but I have to be true to like the
Mhm.
canon criteria. as an album, not the songs individually. Like there are such great 10 out of 10 songs. There really are. Like American Requiem, 16 Carriages, like Tyrant, like so many 10 Texas Hold'em, so many 10 out of 10 songs. But like the album let them down. Unfortunately, as an album listening experience, it's just not strong enough.
No, no.
When I was coming into this, Lakai, it was a 6.5. Coming into this, it was a 6.5, and I was like, look, I'm happy with that number. After speaking though and really dissecting and breaking it down,
Yeah, it's a 4.9.
no, no, I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a
Believe that
six.
it's a 5.8.
No, I can't. I'm having a nervous breakdown. It's a six. I'm giving it a six. Oh my god. Wait.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If
Okay.
you're happy with
Sorry, I
that,
love you so much. Oh, please. I'm sorry,
if
but it's a
you're happy
six.
with that, then
Okay.
fair enough. But yeah, mine.
Right. Okay.
I
So
thought
predictions for Act Three, because I think people were saying like rock and roll or like rock when it came to Act Two. There were a few people throwing country out there, but like from what I remember, everybody was predicting like she was going to do a rock album. Any thoughts of like what Renee and Chardonnay's sister is going to look like, feel like, be like?
I'm so let down. I feel like I'm frustrated because I just feel like I don't care now. I really feel like I don't care. Renaissance was just so exciting. We didn't get a single visual, but it was so exciting. I was so immersed. It was. I can see. I think people were saying that they thought um this Cowboy Carter was supposed to be the first act, because if you listen to the end of Amen, it kind of goes on to I'm That Girl. It kind of that kind of works. So people are saying, yeah, it does. Like there's little like outro thing, and it goes ding. And I actually played. I did cue I'm That Girl, and it just I'm like, okay, fair. Um,
Oh,
so I don't. I don't. I actually don't care now. Like this album's just made me feel so deflated and just yeah.
oh, it's a shame. I mean, I still care. I do.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still
you
excited.
care.
I know you don't care too much, but I still care. No, I do. I do. And I I have no idea. Like, it really could be anything. At this point, she's done a dance album, a fucking country album. She could do Bollywood. Like, it literally could be anything. And I just have no idea. And I'm just happy to leave it open. Like, I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I want to be just like taken on a journey. After Cowboy Carter, I'm gonna need a. We need to come out of this hole like really strong. So I'm gonna remain optimistic. And yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be, but oh my god, I'm sweating. Like I actually
No,
have
but
like
you actually hit the nail on the head again. Like you said, it could be anything, and I think of course Beyonce can make whatever the fuck she wants. Like she said, this isn't a country album; it's a Beyonce album. But I just feel like the not even because I particularly prefer house music or dance music and things that she was making on Renaissance, but I think that was so well done. It was like really, really so well done. This is just a bit of everything. Like even having spaghetti in there. I know you said that that's like a good like breakup, but actually, shut the fuck up. Like no, like actually, why are you on the album? That's
no, I
like
have to disagree with.
that's literally having Texas on Renaissance. It doesn't make sense.
No, I disagree because it still was very southern. Like it feels like on theme. I can see her in the spaghetti music video in like country get up, like with the horse, the lasso, the hat, and it doesn't feel weird. Like
It doesn't feel weird.
visually
A Brazilian techno kind of like
Brazilian techno. It's not
Brazilian
that.
Brazilian techno, whatever.
No, it's very southern hip hop to me. Like I'm not getting Brazilian any Brazil.
Brazil.
No,
That's
have
the
another listen. Maybe you're confusing. No,
no. I'm
maybe
not.
you're confusing.
I think I'm going to do one more listen on shuffle this time.
Yeah.
And then I'll pick my favorite. I don't think I'm going to add anything to my like. Maybe I'll add 16 carriages because I love that. And then after that, I think that's just going to be it for me.
Well. Well. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is it. I'm open to be surprised. The same way I was with SOS. Like I think when I first started out, the track listing threw me so much that I really didn't. Not that I didn't like it, but I was just like, and then it became like one of my favorite albums of like the 2010s. So I'm ready for that to happen with Cowboy Carter. It might not, but I'm gonna be open to it. And yeah, let's see what she has in store for this tour. Because no matter what, it's gonna be great. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Really, really happy to have the hat back in. It's been lovely to have her. It's been lovely to see you guys. Let us know your thoughts. Do you
Please.
agree? Do you disagree? Are there any songs that you're like, actually, that was a bop and you're wrong? Let us know. And what do you give it out of 10? Yeah. Are you 4.9 like Lakaya?
Or are you
Or
5.8 like Khalifa actually is?
6? Actually, it's a 6. Let us know where you rank it. Thank you for joining. Lakaya, do you want to take it away? Because I think I did the last one. Come on, some country enthusiasm. Let's go. Let's go.
Honestly, that's why you tuned in. That's all the album gave.
No, come on. No.
Sorry. That's why you tuned in, guys.
Oh, God. That's why you're tuning. Come on.
Ah, bye.